Hi, I think we're alive. Ryan.
Oh, we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday and happy Halloween.
Yes. And today, my name is Fena and I'm with Ryan T. What we are
And
going to talk
I'm Ryan. I'm with Fena. So we are going to talk about
creation.
creations entities.
Mhm.
Oh, what does that mean? Fena, do you have stories to share?
Okay, so when you talk about the creation with entities, how many people like, wow, it's like scary, when we are talking about entities and creation with entities?
That's wrong. That's bad. How can you create with entities?
Yes, yes. I adjust myself a lot before I know access, before I know how to talk to entities. I just myself,
Mhm,
it's like something's bad in me, negative in me, because I can see the entities, I perceiving the entities.
mhm.
So everywhere I would judge myself wrong, 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 wrong. Okay, so
So,
for creation with entities, yeah.
so
Yes.
it's from judging yourself as wrong for perceiving entities, seeing entities, and then
Mhm.
after that, what changed?
Okay, so I attend your class and then I just like, I wonder what is this? Because I don't want to talk to entities. But I hear something like, if you die, do you want people to treat you like you treat the entities? And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, this is one thing that I heard from Shannon
Yes.
in one of her classes, and I also sometimes talk about that in my classes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's like so the way currently people treat entities is like, of course, with all the fears or the lies or the unconsciousness, like
Mm-hmm.
entities, they are bad, they are wrong. So Shannon said something like this, like, so let's say many years later, okay, when you are an entities, let's say when you don't have this body anymore, like how do you want people to treat you? Do you want people to treat you like how we currently, when I say we, I mean like in general, not me, not
Mm-hmm.
you, but
Mm-hmm.
do you want like to be treated like how people treat entities right now? So if you don't want, then well, we have to work harder and easier actually. So what can we co-create with the entities, with the spirit world, to create
Mm-hmm.
more consciousness around this topic, around this area?
Yes.
Because when we create with them, okay, so just by saying creating with them, what do you sense?
A lot of fear, a lot of judgment, like I make deal and delivers with the entities. Is like entities will taking our soul or something like that. Like
Oh,
judgment.
yeah. So these are all the stories that we have bought
Yes.
into. But
Yeah.
when I say creating with the spirit world, okay, now perceive how how those entities respond to this thought, like creating with them.
Oh well, it's like
Oh,
this.
they're like, yes, please. Why not? I'm here.
Yeah.
We are here. We can create a lot.
We would like to contribute. Like.
Yeah. So you see, they are so whether you like it or not, like whether you have fear or not, they are everywhere. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, a lot of them would like to play with us, contribute to us, or co-create something together. Let's say create
Mm-hmm.
more consciousness in this area. But no, people don't receive them, and I noticed this in many classes. Like people sometimes they think that there I have problem with entities. Entities are like disturbing my life. But if you look at energy, like is there really like entities trying to disturb your life, or is it that entities are trying so hard to co-create something with you, to contribute something to you, but you
Mm-hmm.
keep ignoring, keep pretending that the entities are not going to contribute. The entities are like, oh gosh, okay, we need to figure out a way to let you know that we are here.
And some entities care for you.
Oh yes, true. Yeah, but that again, well, that will be a completely different topic.
Mhm.
Uh, like how many people are good at receiving like kindness, good at receiving caring. you know. So like entities, as you said, like they can be like they have caring for us,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or just like people, some people can have caring for us as well, but when but if you have problem with receiving kindness and caring, you'll be like, ah, it cannot be real. Okay, so now what about this, like, hey, just perceive the entities that are like, yeah, we are here, yes, if you ask we can contribute. So it's like dropping all the barriers
Mm-hmm.
and perceive them,
Mm-hmm.
and say feel them, and say hello to them. Hi.
Yes. Do you have experience before, Ryan, about creating with the entities or receiving with entities and creating with entities?
Well, I'm sure I create a lot with entities as a TTTE CF. This is like our lives, right? Um, one story that I can share. It's not that directly my story, but I think it's a good one. So here how it works. Um, a few years ago, I went to Japan to facilitate a TTTE class with my friend Imiko. Imiko is also a TTTE CF.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what Imiko told me. So uh, we have a rather small class. So Imiko want to call them. Hi, Imiko, if you are watching this, hi. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about how amazing you are. So here's how the story goes. So Imiko wanted to call them and say like, hey, can we have a discount? Like because like otherwise the venue rental is quite expensive. And then, but Imiko was amazing. Before Imiko called them, Imiko contact, like, when I say contact, I mean energetically, like contact the entities. Say, hey, all the entities at the venue, we would really like to use this place, like to have more fun, to have more ease reading this class. Can you guys please contribute? And then so after that, Imiko called that place, and they just say yes, okay, sure. And then after Imiko told me this story, I was like, brilliant. Wow, it could work this way. And I
Mm-hmm.
have tried something like this. I don't remember exactly when I did it, but I've tried it a few times. Like, if I want to go to a place like, hey, all the entities there, what fun can we have? Let's create something together. And then I always get some great outcome. So it could work that way. Quite unbelievable, but
Uh-huh.
it happens for real.
Well, awesome. Yes, of course, when we would like to co-create or creating with entities, we drop our barriers and, like you say, it's about receiving the entities without judgment.
Yeah. Well, if you are not willing to receive, if you still have fear, still judging entities as bad and wrong, it's hard to co-create. It's just like people. If you judge someone so much, like how can you create with that person?
Yep. They're very interesting. When I attend the top 20 this class with you at that time,
Mhm.
I don't want to receive more about all the information about the entities, but but
Now, now,
then
I have a question for you. So, what? How did you change that from not that willing to receive from entities until now you can create with them? You have a lot more magic show up in your life. Like, what's going on? Tell me.
I drop my barriers about judgment, judging me,
Uh huh.
perceiving entities like weird, negative, and after I change the things, I'm being allowance to receive the entities is like from my grandpa. The first is from my grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
So when I receiving the kindness from him, just like she would like to say like thank you, or when I drop my barriers and I receiving and my body goosebump. It's like orgasmic. Wow, receiving doesn't means I make a deal something that crazy things according this reality. You know,
You're
like
dealing with the evil.
yes, evil. You do something, you're receiving money from entities. You do something, negotiate with entities, something like that, right? And then when I receiving the entities, the energy of my grandpa is just like wow. I just like wanna cry. Wow, this is truly kindness. Even I maybe didn't get it directly from human, but I get it receiving from my grandpa. And then, wow, thank you. And then after that, I step up more to receiving more information from other entities. Is my uncle who passed
Mhm.
away. And then,
Okay.
yes, he told me that he just like recently passed away about 11 p.m. at that time. And then 7 a.m. in the morning, I just like sit down and I perceiving heaviness and I ask any entities would like to talk to me and something like that. And then
Mhm.
my uncle talk to me like not talking like humans, but I perceiving like, can you say something to my daughters that I love her? It's like,
Whoa.
wow. And after that, okay, um, your daughter know where are you? Send a message to her daughters because this is energetically. And then after that, I perceiving he's so sad, 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 but gratitude to me, and then disappears. And just like, wow. Okay, so well, creating with entities is so amazing. And then after that, I'm talking a lot, yeah, right? Sorry.
Oh, go talk more.
And then after that, I saw the talk to entities CF training. So
Mhm.
I said to all the entities in Indonesia, do you want me to contribute to you more? And then I get a yes. And then, okay, please contribute money for me
Ah.
for the class, for the Talk to Entities CF training. And then so migration is from foundation, bars is like amazing. I don't know whose people come to my foundation class, bars class, and I could pay for the Talk to Entities CF training. That's amazing. That
Yeah,
one.
it's like the entity is like, yes, please be a TTTECF, and so that you
Yes.
can create more magic here, so that we can play together. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
need some help. Okay, let's do some magic.
Yes. At that time, I didn't realize about the money. I just like, hey, please contribute. Just like, if you would like me to step up more to contribute to you, please contribute.
They
So,
are totally willing to, like, to create that with you.
yes, it is.
So, but this, you see, the thing here is, um, whether it's with entities or with people, but how many people are good at asking for help and also good at
Mhm.
receiving? I wasn't, and even today, I'm like, it's getting better, but still, like, uh, I can still improve that a lot. Like how often we are like, oh yeah, no one is out there that can help me. We function from like you are alone. But what if that's not true? And maybe you would call the spirit world like the invisible force, but what if they are not that invisible? They are just different, and normally
Mhm.
people don't perceive them, and people just like ignore them. Okay. And so one thing here that is very important is it's not to act like, oh, I'm so powerless and I need entities to help.
Yes, exactly that one.
But it's like, I'm going to make it happen because this is my choice. This is what I would like to create. And whoever that can co-create this with me, whoever that can contribute, I'm willing to receive.
Yes. At the time, I didn't realize that they contribute through many ways. But after
Mhm.
I already pay and then full paid to the Talk to Entities CF training, I just like, wow, is there any entities contribute? Because before I asking, right? And then I get yes, oh my goodness. It's not like the way you're thinking they contribute through something, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. I just knowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just a knowing. You
Mm-hmm.
don't see them, like you don't really, maybe you don't see them, or maybe you don't know like exactly which entities like contribute, like, but you can just feel them like, oh yeah, they are there. So you see, if we live our daily life with a sense of like there are something that are so willing to help us, to contribute to us, we have a lot more ease, and we don't need to like fight so hard to create something to get through life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and one thing that I remember is like about the trusting ourselves.
Uh-huh.
It's very awesome for the doctor entities. It's about trusting
Can
ourselves.
you say more?
Yes. Usually, if I see something or perceiving something, I ask other person, right? Do you see this? No. And then I'm getting doubt. Oh my God, am I crazy? Okay. So after that, I'm just like, oh yes, I got it. Just I'm perceiving and just knowing. I don't need approval from others.
Well, if you ask other people, like, am I crazy? Well, sometimes people, you could perceive entities, but it doesn't mean that other people could perceive entities. Or maybe other people have their own insanity, they have their fears, they will tell you, like, no, there's no such thing, or you are really crazy. Okay. So it's really important that you trust yourself. Okay. In my classes, like a lot of people ask me things like, I have problem trusting myself. I always tell them that, like, okay, so this is my advice. Okay, so for all of you, if you like have issue with trusting yourself, if you trust yourself and it turned out to be wrong, okay, you learn something. You realize, okay, well, I thought it was like this, but actually it wasn't. Then you learn something. Okay, but if you don't trust you and you don't even give yourself a chance to trust you, you just keep looking for someone else to give you answer, to make someone else awareness as more important. Even you got everything right, you never learn to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's like, go ahead, make all the mistakes, like you will learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
for those of you that would like to like trust you more, just trust you. Don't worry about getting it right. Don't worry about like making mistakes. Just give yourself a chance to learn.
Wow. Yes. Give a chance to learn. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, Ryan,
Mhm.
we just talking about the entities is like the ghost one, but also our business entities. So since I learned about the trustings about the entities, so I'm
Mhm.
trusting also about my business, my home, my cars, and everything. There's all entities, so I
Yeah,
can
everything's entities.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and co-creating with the entities like my home, like, hey, do you need something? Yes, okay. So, do you need more, like more beautiful or something? Yes, okay. Please contribute to creating money for that. And then, yes, there is a lot of like magic shows to make it like wow.
So this is the one of the benefits of doing TTTE classes.
Mm-hmm.
You think you are just learning to talk to the spirits, the ghosts, but actually you can talk to anything and everything. Okay.
Yep.
So I one thing that I personally do is I always ask for like everything they would like to contribute to me, even though they are not quote unquote ghosts, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's play, let's create more.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to make that request for myself like more again, like, okay, so everything that would like to play with me, come.
They are here.
It's like, how much more are you willing to receive?
Oh, including judgment. It's like wow, including judgment.
Hey, what about, you see, so you can say that, and the energy of judgment, if you can say this judgment, so that can be considered an entity. So what
Mm-hmm.
about the next time when you receive a judgment, you look at that the energy of that judgment and ask like, hey, this judgment, can you make me greater? Wouldn't
Yes.
that be a co-creation? And of course
Yes.
that requires total receiving.
Yes.
I'm going to receive a lot more judgments and have a lot more fun.
Yes. Judgment didn't stop us. I remember that Gary said, judgment didn't stop us. Ourselves stop our, yeah, our judgment stop ourselves. But other
People that
people,
want to stop themselves, they will
yeah.
stop themselves with everything, with anything that they can find. People that are not stopping themselves, you throw them whatever, they will just keep going and keep creating more.
Okay, so thank you so much for Shannon to create these talk to entities,
Thank you,
bring this
Shannon.
awareness, bring the wow about the spirit world is totally changed my world too and expands my world.
All right, so I think we are running out of time. We need
Yes.
to
Okay.
finish.
And thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
Ryan.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Fena.
everyone. Thank you, all the team in here.
Thank you,
Happy
everyone.
birthday once
And
again.
thank you, all the entities.
Thank you, everyone.